This is a shrine to Jesus Malverde, who's the patron saint of drug smugglers, narcos. So we're gonna light a candle. This is freaking me out because I'm very superstitious. That's him there, patron saint of the drug dealers. They all come in here, they say a prayer, they write a prayer on here, and they say, please let me get across the border with my drugs. Literally, religion about drug dealers.
Now, the whole time I was hanging out with the LEBARONs, I found myself wondering, how do you actually protect yourself against narco lords who employ whole armies of assassins whose sole job is to kill their rivals? Well, the LEBARONs started by adopting military-style tactics and setting up checkpoints, roadblocks, and watchtowers.
We hit a real big low, you know, when they killed Benjamin. It was a real big blow to our entire community.
Right.
I was really close to Benjamin, knew him really well.
After Benjamin was killed, you've set up your own community watch, your own night watch, and then you built this up and you have people watching every night.
Every night. So
what are you watching for?
Pretty much, you know, suspicious vehicles. We pretty much know everybody.
Sure.
And so if it looks like a vehicle I've never seen before, then it was getting checked.
This watch hut looks down on one of the main drug trafficking roads.
One of them, yeah.
The only people here with weapons are the criminals.
Pretty
the
much.
Drug cartels.
Rumor got out that we had high-powered rifles
Like
and
snipers
and
yeah.
whatnot.
And 50 cows up here and stuff.
Well, you know how rumors can spread, you know, which was a benefit for us.
Yeah, it's good.
You know,
it's a good rumor.
It was a really good rumor for us, you know. I believe that the watchtower is one of the key points to, you know, keeping the bad guys away from our town.
Right.
Also, the feds and the military are in our town. This is their base. We actually had a roadblock to where there was one way in and one way out.
So you have barricades, checkpoints, and watchtowers.
Yeah. I would say our valley right here is quite a bit safer than a lot of areas.
Casas Grandes, which is about 30 minutes away, they're still having kidnappings and stuff there.
Here and there. Before, it was literally 2-3 a week.
Wow. That's a lot.
That's a lot, yeah. So we were never pinpointing drug cartels or anything else, but when it came to them now kidnapping our family members, that's what we took a stand against. When it comes to protecting our family, if we have to die doing it, we're going to.
So the LEBARONs made their colony into a little fortress using the same counter-terrorist techniques that the US Army uses in Iraq and Afghanistan. And because of it, the killings and the kidnappings in the Mormon areas actually died down. But roadblocks and security checkpoints are only going to get you so far. At some point, if you're fighting the narcos, you're going to need guns.
If Benjamin was taken by a bunch of guys with weapons, they were unarmed, how are you supposed to defend yourself?
Well, there's really no law in Mexico that gives you the right to bear arms. Legally, the quickest and best way is through a gun club.
Now in Mexico, it's nearly impossible to own a gun. In fact, one of the only legal ways to do so is to go through the extremely difficult process of starting a gun club or a shooting range.
Why don't you have your own shooting club in Colonia LeBaron?
Our ex-mayor wouldn't sign the papers we needed. We had all the first members on a list. Well, he turns around and shows it to our bad boy buddies.
You're trying to arm yourselves, and he's working for the cartels, so you can't arm yourself.
Exactly. Pretty much.
And where is he now?
He's in prison.
There's 15 million illegal assault rifles estimated in Mexico. I mean, the thing is, if you have 20 guys with assault rifles, maybe I'm gonna go for one of those turkeys. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get one of them.
So the LEBARONs finally decided that if it continued to be illegal to own weapons, which meant criminals were the only ones that had guns, that it was time to change the law. Alex LEBARON, who's now a congressman, is determined to protect his colony from the cartels, no matter what it takes, even if it means a shootout with the Mexican military.
They went into our farm. We thought they were criminals. We shot one of them. It was a very sad incident, but it gained a lot of respect for us.
You outshot the military.
We outshot the military. We got phone calls from heads of the criminal organizations after that incident.
Right.
And they told us they were proud of us to some degree. People in drug organizations, and including the same military, know that we have weapons because we've been saying it.
Sure.
We have illegal weapons in our community.
Yeah.
Come in and find them if you want. We buy them in the States. We know we traffic them illegally. That's the only way to defend yourself in this country. In order to get access to a weapon here in our country, it would cost you up to $10,000, and that wouldn't even be through a legal way.
So the majority of the weapons being used by the narcos are coming from America.
Absolutely.
And the money is coming from America.
Absolutely. I think the Americans need to really understand that any policies that are implemented in the United States impact our country.
So the money for all these guns is coming from America. The guns themselves come from America. The coke is being sold in America, but the war is being fought in Mexico. And considering 1,300 people were killed in the region just this past August alone, in northern Mexico, self-defense has truly become a matter of life and death.
One of the things that we were worried about was people knowing that we were here. They've just announced to the whole town that we're here shooting in a town where they used to have 3 or 4 kidnappings a week. I'm just gonna get drunk.